To Putin with love from the Islamic K. It has been suggested, and maybe this is bad, but it has been suggested the venue of attacking the concert hall was a bad choice by the Islamic State, whereas they could have attacked President Putin directly when he was doing his rally in his winning of the president election. If you looked at the video coming out of Russia, the Kremlin filled the Kremlin square with people. Now, as a terrorist, they could have stood a mile away, fired up at 45-degree angle, and at least for every bullet that went up, somebody would get hit in the crowd. So if they fired 120 rounds from a person, they could have killed whatever times 4. Did they? And of course you would have a panic rush toward the stage or scattered. Why didn't they do that when they were in Moscow? And they said, well, where did you get the guns from? There seems to be a black market, which is usually run by the FSB in Moscow. What do you mean? Well, there are no loose guns in Russia. I mean, period. You get caught with one bullet, you're shot because of demonstrations against war. I would think that Putin was warned by the United States. Well, they were warned, the police was warned that the Americans were warned not to go to venues because of an Islamic attack. They knew where it was coming. Kind of like the war in Israel on October 7th, mosques were empty of worshipers. What? Yes, the mosques in the Gaza Strip, Gaza City, were void of worshipers on that day. And on the Mount, basically nobody showed up. Somebody said, where are they? Attacking Israel. And they celebrated. Oh yeah, they were really celebrated. And they paid for it. But Islamic State has stated they did it. And they've been at war with Russia since Russia invaded Afghanistan. While during the Americans were there, they were at war with the Taliban was at war with the Americans and NATO, but they never gave up. They were still at war. The big question is, did President Putin, who was warned that something was going to happen, could have increased the security around the venue of the concert hall, and didn't? Maybe he needed an attack to build up his power base. He needed an attack against something. And what better way is, well, 130, 150 Russians died, and it was all destroyed. And you blame it on Ukraine. I don't know. But Islamic State, who's been at war for 40 years, is taking credit.